Gold Manor, 13,380, 8 out, 9 Impressive Seal, 33 and 880. 10 Joy Denise off Melbourne.
Exception of Genial King, who missed it about 4 or 5 lengths. Bow Kid slow into stride, first out Ruling Regent, with it Demuka and Clapton on the inside and going forward also after the start Master Merlin. When they settle down, Ruling Regent in front now from Demuka and Master Merlin. Del Sol and Spot on Demon on the outside wide, a length and a half. Plushka Clapton further back in the race from Bella Prince, followed by Markstad. 1.5 Cotton Hall, 2 to Carinya Habit, Ken Veet Zale. Well back Bow Kid and Genial King has caught the field. Down the side they race now, and the leader on the inside, Ruling Regent from Del Stoll. They're followed further back in the race by Spot the Demon out 3 wide, 2 further back over along the inside when they come to the turn as Master Merlin waiting for the run. Then Demuka followed by Clapton, Plushka further out, and down the centre of the track is Valor Prince. In the straight, Spot the Demon going up to tackle Del Sol, and on the inside fighting back Ruling Regent, and Master Merlin got the rails run. Cotton Hall is further out, but Master Merlin bursts her on the inside. Cotton Hall after it, and then further back Plushka. Cotton Hall's moved up now to Master Merlin. Wider out Plushka, but Cotton Hall draws away 3/4 Master Merlin. Third home is Plushka, then Zale late. Never in it till very late, followed by Clapton, Del Sol, Spot the Demon, further back Ruling Regent. Then Valor Prince, Ken Veet, well back to Mooka, followed by Markstad, Bow Kid, the outside Genial King, and Carinya Habit back towards the tail.
Race 5 at Sandown to number 6 Cotton Hall, $14.20 and $4.50. 14 Master Merlin at $3, and number 2 Plushka, $3.30 for the place.
On the Super Tab, number 6 Cotton Hall to pay $7.65 and $2.15. Number 14 Master Merlin to return $1.25 and 2 Plushka to pay $2.10. Okay, more from Melbourne shortly. Race number 5, Adelaide. We got up to number 10, Joy Denise in the openers. 7 Melbourne, 4, 8 for 13, 16, 18 out. Number 6, 14, 2, 770, 215, 125 and 210 off Sydney.
And a Latin Quarter immediately drop back to the tail, and Isolde just leads the way from Pontal Lass. Octagonal out 3 deep, followed by Show of Force, and after the slow start, tacking on with the slow speed as Latin Quarter, rather only dawdling at the end of around 350 metres, and Di has the filly Isolde in front, but on the outside Cooksley aboard Octagonal joins Isolde, a length and a half away third, and pulling double as Latin Quarter, followed by Pontal Lass, and last of all another 2 back Show of Force. Up to the first corner they run in the Champagne at the 1100 metres, and Isolde on the inside, a neck clear of Octagonal, just over a length away third Latin Quarter, pulling and reefing, followed by Pontal Lass on the outside of the Queenslander, and Show of Force has settled quite well, and the rider content to race 3 off the rails on her. At the tail, she's only about 3 lengths away from the lead. Past the halfway at the 800 metres, and Isolde leads about a neck now as Di quickens up a little on Isolde, a neck on Octagonal. 2 lengths away third is Latin Quarter, followed by Pontal Lass at his girth, and 3 deep is Show of Force. Travelling towards the corner, there's only about 5 lengths between first and last. It's developing into a sprint home, and Isolde got away a shade, and Di has a peep to see where Octagonal was, and Isolde's a length on Octagonal. Pontal Lass third, followed by Show of Force on the outside, and over on the inside Latin Quarter. Here's a race at the 200 metres. Octagonal coming at Isolde, Pontal Lass and Show of Force. Octagonal's got his head in front from the filly Isolde, and then Pontal Lass, Octagonal and Isolde hit the line. Oh, a real head bobber. This is a classic head bobber between Octagonal and Isolde. Whatever head has gone down right on the mirror will get the prize from Pontal Lass, Show of Force and Latin Quarter. What a classic head bobber.
If number 1 gets it there, Octagonal to pay for the win on the Super Tab, 85 and 60. The other one, 5 Isolde. If it gets it 215, 1 even, there'll be no third.
I don't guess in photos full stop. If you've got an opinion, well and good. But let's have a look at the slow-mo. And the inside horse, Isolde, has fought back, and her head has come down. And on the ground shot, she has won by about a half a head. Number 5 at $4.60 and $2, Isolde. And looking at the long shot, they were totally and utterly out of stride. Let's have a look at the long shot now. They're still a few metres from the line, but here's the number coming up. We won't have to worry about the long shot in any case. Number 5, Isolde, ridden by Shane Dye, has scored maybe the next bound. Octagonal's head has gone down, and he gets it. 5, 1 and 3. So number 5 at $4.60 and $2. Number 1 Octagonal, 110. No third for 3 Pontel Lass. And Isolde has been able to avenge the narrow defeat at the hands of Octagonal in the Sires Produce Stakes, beating him today by a short head with 1 length between second and third. A short head, 1 length, 1:39.6 was the overall, 1:39.6. The sectional time, the last 600, well, it developed into a sprint home, 34.07, 34.07. And the winner, Isolde, is by Sir Tristram from Sharpertown. A Bay Filly 2, trained by Graham Rogerson for Sir Tristan Antico, Mr. G. Young and Mr. Stan Tapsell, beating number 1 Octagonal, who wasn't overly suited with the way the race was run, as he's a horse that races best when the speed is on. He's by Zabeel from 8 Carat, John Hawkes, Grant Cooksley, and 3 Pontel Lass, Marauding Pierre, Clary Connors, Larry Cassidy. 4th went to number 4 and 5th to number 2. Here are the tote dividends. Number 5 at $4.60 and $2. Number 1 has paid $1.10 and no third for number 3. $4.60, $2, $1.10, no third. 320 Quinella, 320 with an exact of 690, 690. The trifecta 33.10, 33.10, and the running double $24.30, $24.30. An exciter, the 5th event of the day, the Shandon, Mowat and Shandon. Champagne. More Sydney news after Matt's Agonal. Now let's have a look over here at the 2,800 metres. And to move up is Gold Sovereign. Mighty race in the Sydney Cup last week, wasn't it? Made play and held on to finish 3rd and a blanket go. Spiritual Star not quite ready. The rank outside of Valletta Star is coming up to the gates now. This normally was a race for 3- and 4-year-olds, but this year it's for 3-year-olds and upwards. And it's been a good betting race. The New South Wales win pool is getting almost on to 615,000 as the starter moves to his ladder, and they'll soon jump away. All in. Striking Gold sits back a bit. He's right now, and they're off in the St. Ledger. Few are chosen just a little slowly off the inside. And wide out, Gold Sovereign is the early leader as they come to the home corner, but the inside horses are pushing through. Ice Doctor and also few are chosen with Ceto, Flowerian and Stockton Wood. Not far away is Book. Now Gold Sovereign's on the extreme outside from the head of the others, Slam Dunk, and then Striking Gold. A link to Royal Tiara, followed by Tristera, then a break to Bow Out, Spiritual Star. Followed the Jelly Bean Road, Valletta Star, and last on the outside is Sal Cante. Down the straight they travel towards the judge, and Gold Sovereign having his work cut out, getting to the lead. Ice Doctor shading him, and between the 2 leaders, Stockton Wood. Few are chosen 4th on the inside of Ceto, Flowerian, and wider out next is Slam Dunk. A length to Royal Tiara on the rails over Booked, and then Striking Gold. 2 lengths to Boat. 1 Tristera, followed by Spiritual Star, then Valletta Star. Jelly Bean Road is second last, and Absolute Sal Cante. The St. Ledger field passes the 1,800 metres, and the leader is Ice Doctor narrowly from Gold Sovereign. 2 away third is Fewer Chosen, parked on the inside of Stockton Wood. Then Slam Dunk on the outside of Ceto Flowerian. Ceto Flowerian being ridden by the Japanese champion jockey. And then about 2.5 lengths to Royal Tiara, racing inside of Booked. Another 3 to Striking Gold inside Spiritual Star. They're really stringing out. 2 to Boat and then Tristera. Another 2.5 lengths Valletta Star, Jelly Bean Road the outside, and 3 lengths Sal Cante. Gold Sovereign and Ice Doctor going hammer and tong down the back of the course. Wouldn't do their chances much good, I'd imagine. And 1,200 to go. It's Ice Doctor, 3/4 Gold Sovereign. Fewer Chosen's had a lovely tag, followed by Stockton Wood, and then Ceto Flowerian, followed by Slam Dunk. Little over a length's gap then to Booked and Royal Tiara, followed by Spiritual Star, and then Striking Gold. Tristera Boat. Another 2 lengths further back is Jelly Bean Road from Valletta Star, and Sal Cante brings up the rear. They come onto the side of the track and go over the 850, crossing it. It's Ice Doctor, 3/4 of a length clear. Second posse, Fewer Chosen. Well, Gold Sovereign, he had to give up. He'll finish tailed off the way he's going. And as they come down to the 700 metres, Ice Doctor tackled in earnest by Fewer Chosen. About 3 lengths further back, Spiritual Star making ground from Ceto Flowerian, Slam Dunk. Royal Tiara the inside from Boat, Striking Gold, Booked, and then Sal Cante, Stockton Wood, Jelly Bean Road, followed Tristera and the last pair as they straighten up Valletta Star and Gold Sovereign. Fewer Chosen, 300 out in the St Ledger, the leader. Boart, here comes the West Aussie. Boart throws out the challenge to Fewer Chosen and quickly gained the upper hand, and Boart put about 3/4 of a length Fewer Chosen, followed by Spiritual Star, but it's all Boart, and Boart streaking away now from second Fewer Chosen, then Spiritual Star, and Boart wins the St Ledger. Second Fewer Chosen, third Spiritual Star, then Royal Tiara. They're coming in like Brown's Cow, Striking Gold, Ceto Flowery and Jelly Bean Road Ice Doctor Tristera. Slam Dunk, Sal Cante, Booked Stockton Wood, and the last couple Valletta Star and Gold Sovereign. Well, they were strung out over a long, long margin as the...
And on the Super Tab, number 15, the winner there, Boart, to pay $2.70 and 1 even. Number 14, Fewer Chosen, to pay $2.05. 2 Spiritual Star, $1.80. Moving up in Canberra. Moving up Canberra.
$30 and $2.50. Number 15, Boart first. Number 14 has run second. Fewer Chosen, ridden by Brian York, it'll pay $4.30. And number 2, third Spiritual Star, ridden by Larry Cassidy, to pay $4.10. Boart by Nomrude from Ballyman's Girl, trained by D.A. Edwards for the Multiplex Constructions Proprietary Limited Syndicate, managed, of course, by Mr. John and Mrs. A. Roberts. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. John Roberts. John, of course, the big boss of Multiplex, one of Australia's biggest building companies, and they've got a very good filly here.
Owen Station.
Okay, we'll leave the network there. It's 1 for Perth. Still no start Melbourne. They still haven't moved the stalls there. Horses still in the mounting yard. This is the Triple S Racing and Sporting Service on it.
Just a fraction of movement in the middle of the line and towards the outside. Rum Rustic behaving himself pretty well. And the starter came down off the ladder. And he's left his post and he's coming round behind the gates. Obviously there is a problem of a fairly serious nature for the starter to come around the back. Knowledge Box behaving well, trained up at Gosford. Knowledge Box. And the Hula Kalana is being backed out of the barrier stalls. Hula Kalana comes out, and the rider has dismounted from Hula Kalana, and I refer to Aaron Kennedy. And they've led this particular mare away, and it looks as though she's out. Yep, she's out. 11 Hula Kalana. Eastern Summer Time, it'll be 4:22, I'd reckon, 4:22, or Eastern Standard Time, 4:22. Hula Kalana out of the 7th of the day, so must have hurt itself in the stalls.
Special bid $6.
Okay, and she was $16 on the New South Wales tote. Starter background front. They'll soon go here. They're off. Knowledge Box, last out of the barrier stalls, and a great go for the early lead. Gold Mist will get it now. Blazing Thought second, wide out third on the run is the Bill, and even deeper out is Rum Rustic, followed closely by Over the Moon. Al Cheval on the inside, then Asteri Starkus Akamura, followed by Successful Bid Grand Deal, and then Arcom Little Sister, followed by Knowledge Box, and 2 lengths to Bonsoir. To the course proper at the 950, and Gold Mist keen to run about 3/4 Blazing Thoughts and the Bill. Back in 4th position, Al Cheval on the inside of Over the Moon, and Rum Rustic caught on a limb. Asteri Starkus is next, then Akamura, Grand Deal, followed by Successful Bid Arcom, and then the imported mare Little Sister from Knowledge Box, and 2 lengths to Bonsoir to the 650. No great change in the pattern. Gold Missed the pilot, about 3/4 of a length clear. Travelling second is Blazing Thoughts as they race to the corner. The Bill third, then Al Cheval from Over the Moon, and Rum Rustic a length. Asteri Starkus Akamura, and then comes Arcom and Little Sister from Successful Bid. bid. Entering the straight, 350 to go. Gold Mist the leader. Blazing Thoughts under the whip, followed by the Bill likewise. El Cheval getting the inside run. Here's Rum Rustic and Asteri Starkus joining in. Grand Deal's made up a heap of ground, but Rum Rustic out in the centre races up to Gold Mist and El Cheval to take the lead, and then Asteri Starkus. Rum Rustic in front, getting close to home, and Rum Rustic will win it from Asteri Starkus. Reckon Gold Mist third from El Cheval. Bonsoir made up many lengths. Then Grand Deal over the moon. Blazing Thoughts, Little Sister Arcom, successful bid. Then Knowledge Box, the Bill dropped out of it, and Akamura finished near the tail of the field.
Super tab number 3, Rum Rustic, 170 and 75. Number 8, Asteri Starkus, 90 and 17 for third. Gold Mist, 165.
By Shane Dye from 8 and 17. Asteri Starkus and Gold Mist. So 330, 160. Number 8 will pay 170. And the Gold Mist number 17 at $4.80. He was forced to cover a little bit of ground from that wide alley, Rum Rustic, but he's a pretty good gelding, trained by M.M. Petrovic in Queanbeyan for S. Conroy, M. Petrovic, and E. Twerd, a chestnut gelding for Rustic Amber, Rickety Kate. Number 3 is first, number 8 second. That's Asteri Starkus, a 6-year-old chestnut gelding, Row of Waves, Whiskey Jane, John Morrissey, Larry Cassidy, trained in nearby Canberra. And number 17, third, Gold Mist from Randwick by Broadreach from Shamrock Time, Brown gelding 5. Frank Lewis, Darryl McClellan. Officially fourth, 16, and that was El Cheval. And number 6 ran fifth, and that was Bonsoir. He did make up quite a deal of ground. 3, 8 and 17 are the officials on race 7 here, the Domain Chandon Handicap. Now, just before we take a break from the Sydney scene, any further news up the line re these stalls with the broken axle at Sandown, Les?
No, they're talking about it could be a flag start, but when we don't know, Ian.
A flag start, ooh.
Off Canberra.
And getting out well down towards the inside was Flying Fortress looking for the lead. In second place, Phantom Dancer, followed by Captivating Dancer.